everyone. Today I will be talking about the fascinating world of human interaction, specifically with the way that we communicate with other people, which actually governs our everyday communication. Basically, I will be talking more about Levinson's politeness theory, which is actually a framework that discusses more about some unspoken rules and strategies that we are using to navigate different social situations that we are going to be facing in the world with grace and respect. Now, basically, the main focus of this theory lies within the concept of faith. So it's like a, a mask that we have within us. So it's like a notion that actually encompasses both our positive and negative desires. So we have the positive face. It's actually represents the image that we want to project, especially for us people. We really would like to be complimented with other people. We want to hear different positive remarks from other people. So it's actually our sense of worth and competence. Now, the second one is the opposite one. It's the negative face, which actually reflects our need for autonomy and freedom from imposition. So, this is our phase where we want to be free and we want to do whatever we want without being affected with the pressures that we are facing in the real world. Now, for Levinson, he actually argues that any kind of communication that we will be doing, even the tiniest and the simplest ones, can actually potentially threaten these phases. It could either threaten the positive phase or it could either threaten our negative phase. Now, for example, asking for directions to people when you go to a vacation in another place might subtly question the listener's knowledge, potentially threatening their positive phase because, of course, people would really love to give the right directions because maybe after that person who is asking them the directions will give them some positive remarks and will be happy about it, so they'll get compliments from it. Now, similarly, interrupting maybe someone who is speaking to another person could be an act of threatening their negative face, which is basically their right to uninterrupted space. So, for us people, we really would like to express more about our ideas, and we feel bad whenever someone would try to contradict it or would try to interrupt that communication process that we are doing. Now, also saying no to a request and even giving unsolicited advice or even simply interrupting someone can be perceived as face threatening act, which we call as FTAs in this theory. Now, even if these types of communication could affect both maybe of our positive phase or negative phase, Levinson actually gives us different strategies also on how are we going to cope up with these situations. So for him, he proposes a range of politeness strategies so that we will be able to handle these FTAs or face threatening acts with grace and politeness. So this is where the magic of politeness strategies comes in. So we know already that there are two types of faces being discussed in the theory. So we also employ two types of strategies. That is positive politeness, which involves directly acknowledging or appreciating the listener's positive face, like giving compliments, and the negative politeness, which focuses on minimizing the imposition on the listener's negative face. So in that way, we will be able to actually make sure that we are going to have equilibrium when it comes to doing communication with other people, and in that way, the communication process or the social interactions that we will be experiencing will be much more simple, graceful, and with politeness. That is all. Thank you for listening.